Hey guys, AC here. How you doing? Today I'm back with another very attractive, very interesting fragrance by Killian called Intoxicated. Guys, this is a special fragrance, yeah? Now I've got a 5 ml decant. I've been testing it. Today I've worn it twice. Once I've let it dry down. I've worn it again just to see because it's intriguing. So let's start, yeah? It was launched in 2014 by Killian. Basically is a trio. So obviously the chief proprietor is Killian Hennessy, the chap who you see in every single marketing of this fragrance. There are two more ladies and they're exceptional perfumers. This one, I believe her name is Asanshev Becker. She's the main perfumer for Intoxicated. And there's another lady who's part of the trio. Her name is Elizabeth Noel Jones. These three form the exceptional trio by Killian. Now, I've been testing a few by Killians. But every niche house has its own signature. By Killian's signature is a bit of a hard sell. Two reasons. By Killian fragrances smell like very polished off designers, and they always smell as if you've smelt it somewhere. Most of them, yeah. So the uniqueness is not their forte. Number one. Number two, they put more emphasis on presentation. Their fragrances, if you go to buy them, the real packaging is what they charge for. If you go and buy the refills, they are 1/3 the cost of what a normal fragrance bottle costs. This one was released in 2014, as I said. Calise Becker is the name of the perfumer. This fragrance actually uses 2 or 3 great notes, but it's compared to Angel Men by Thierry Mugler, and that's what I spent the whole day on. I've worn it twice just to see why the comparison is being made, and there's a good reason for that. So I've got a dry down, and the dry down, this dry down is I think 3.5-4 hours, and I've got a dry down here which is 7 hours. 7 to 8 hours. So I'll start with a fresh spray. Huge burst. Even if from a small bottle. These atomizers are amazing. By the way, these samples, I get these samples from scentsamples.co.uk. Very good, very authentic. Man, the fragrance starts off with a milky, edible undertone. Yeah? A lot of alcohol at the moment, so I'll let it settle. But here is the fragrance. This fragrance starts off with Turkish coffee. Now, I've been testing a lot of Killians, and there's another one called Black Phantom, which uses Irish coffee. Very opulent scent. This one uses Turkish coffee. Turkish coffee along with a very pleasant green cardamom. But the cardamom here is not like the one that you will find in La Nuit de l'Homme. The cardamom is more like the Cartier Declaration cardamom. Very elegant, very attractive, and green. Yeah, those are the 2 notes. Then the edible stuff comes in. It smells like something which is extremely delicious, edible, and very aromatic, apart from the coffee. And coffee, by the way, is hidden below the layers of this edible scent. The edibleness of the fragrance smells like a bit dairy-like, slight dairy-like hint. And then, 5 minutes later, there's this nuttiness that comes into the fragrance, because the fragrance also uses nutmeg and ground nutmeg. And if you take a nutmeg smell as a whole, it smells different, very spicy. And if you ground it up, it smells different. That's the smell you get, the ground nutmeg. Along with the ground nutmeg, you also have this beautiful, well-executed cinnamon. And I think the cinnamon and the nutmeg are giving the impression of a true gourmand. It's truly edible. It smells like a delicious dessert. And coffee, and it's so intertwined, it just smells divine, heavenly. In about 1.5 hours time is when you see the real nature of the fragrance. The coffee recedes, the nuttiness sort of jumps up a bit, the milky, dairy-like smell also goes back. And the dairy smell, don't get confused, it's not dairy smell, it smells like an edible stuff made out of dairy. That's all it is. This is the dry down the fragrance. The dry down of the fragrance also has this chocolate-like vibe, and there's no chocolate mentioned in the scent pyramid, not on the ones that I've seen, but it has this chocolate-like vibe which is overtaking the coffee. Coffee recedes well back. In fact, at the very late dry down, the fragrance becomes green. You can see my mouth is watering. It's that delicious. The coffee recedes are completely gone. It's more greener now. And greener in the sense it's got this greenish, nutty, spicy scent. Not spicy, not too spicy, slightly spicy cardamom. Cardamom becomes the main player with nutmeg. Nuttiness is there, slightly up. And it's this beautiful, radiant second skin. That's what it becomes in its late dry down. So that's the nature of the fragrance. Pretty linear, doesn't have a lot of ingredients, but whatever has been used to perfection. Now here's the comparison. The comparison to Angel Men that they do. See, Angel Men is a very complex, big, dense scent. It's extremely dense. By Killian, Intoxicated is not dense. It's very fine and very radiant. Angel Men is boom on your face. It really creates a massive radius of scent bubble. Intoxicated is not like that. There are similarities, absolutely. Coffee, chocolatey smell, absolutely. Remove the tar note. It's there. When you smell this and you smell Angel Men smells probably 3 times less or 3 times inferior than it normally smells. That's the difference. The quality is just amazing. The Killian quality is just amazing. There's another thing, Angel Men has this caramelly, velvety dry down. There's no velvety, caramelly dry down here. The dry down in Intoxicated is still that gourmandish, dry gourmandish, no syrupiness, very clean-cut gourmandi smell. Tremendously impressive, I'm telling you. You have to really smell it to experience what I'm saying. There's no syrupiness, there's no carameliness, but still it is in the same family as Angel Men. So that's the scent. Pros and cons, guys. Number 1 pro. This fragrance actually smells like what food would smell like. A true gourmand. Without being heavy, without being syrupy, without being cloying. It smells very fine, radiant, food-like or gourmand smell. One of the best gourmands, at least that I have smelled. Second, this fragrance has this quality which would go very well with people who are in the dating game. It has this amazing pull value. It's a tremendously attractive and very mysterious kind of a scent. As I said, the moment you smell it, your mouth starts to water. Now, can you imagine if you're wearing this next to a bunch of ladies who are very open to a relationship? I mean, you could end up with bite marks. I'm not joking. I'm serious. This smells like a delicious food, edible food, which has coffee as one of the ingredients. And it's absolutely delicious. So, you will get addicted to this. I've been doing this all day. I've been sniffing my hand all day. It's that addictive. Those are the 2 pros, I would say. The third pro, I would say, it smells very modern. Angel Men was released back in 1980s. It's taken the Angel Men DNA and modernized it and improved it and created more finery around it and created a thin layer. When I say thin, I don't mean it disappears fast. I just mean to say that the layers have been reduced. But what has come out is like a fine silk. So those are 3 pros. The downside the fragrance is, as I said, the price point, it's ridiculous. But if you went for the refill, I was just checking, you could get a refill for £90 for 50 ml. Still very expensive, bearing in mind it smells like a very well-known fragrance. So justification of a full bottle purchase would be very difficult. That's the downside. I can't think of any other downside, guys. I can't think of it. That's the only downside. Occasions, nighttime. Definitely nighttime, definitely nightclub, definitely dating scene, definitely if you're in the game of meeting multiple women. This is a winner. Yeah, if you're in that game, you could easily justify the price because this will be a winner. And I can also see this will be a sure shot compliment monster. Absolutely no doubts about this. Tremendous fragrance, guys. I mean, if I had to rank it only on scent, I would have given it 10 out of 10. It's that good. It is tremendous. So, I've done weather, occasions, nighttime. Weather would be winter. I wouldn't wear this in summer, although I haven't tested it. Since this is not syrupy, caramelly, dense, this should work in summertime evenings, but I haven't tested it. Age groups, any age groups. There's no maturity in this fragrance. In fact, this would really suit somebody who's very well dressed in leather jackets or nice summer shirt. 20, 22 onwards, not a problem, and no upper age limit. Anybody would look glamorous, gorgeous in this fragrance. Oh, what a fragrance this is, guys. It's totally intoxicating. And if I had to give it marks, okay, because of poor value for money, because how close it smells to Angel Men, I'm going to have to reduce a few points. So I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's fair. Hope you like the review, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.